91 News at 6.
I chose the option to make the ransom payment in order to get all the tools necessary and the optionality of those tools to bring the pipeline on as quick as we possibly could, safely as well as securely.
The CEO of Colonial Pipeline is defending his decision to shut down one of the country's most important pipelines and pay ransom to criminals. Thanks for choosing us tonight at 6. I'm Brian McElhatton.
And I'm Krista Miller. In just a moment, we'll hear from a Hoosier cybersecurity expert on how you can protect your family or your business from ransomware attacks. But first, here's the latest from the Capitol. Colonial Pipeline CEO Joseph Blount testified about the cyber attack that prompted panic buying and gas station shutdowns. Blount paid the hackers $4.4 million, going against recommendations from the Department of Homeland Security. Blount says his team notified the FBI, which later tracked down some of the money. Still, criminals continue to target U.S. companies.
Just this morning, news broke that a constituent outreach services platform that nearly 60 offices in the United States Congress, the House of Representatives, uses was hit with a ransomware attack. As I've said before, no one is safe from these attacks, including us.
We had cyber defenses in place, but the unfortunate reality is that those defenses were compromised.
Despite spending $40 billion a year on cybersecurity, Colonial Pipeline did not have a dedicated ransomware response plan. The Department of Justice is urging corporations and communities to do whatever they can to protect themselves against these cyber attacks.
A local cybersecurity experts say you are on the front line against those attacks, both at home and at work, too. As ABC 21's Corinne Rose explains now, all that hackers need to find is one vulnerability, and that's their way in.
It only takes one wrong move of an organization for a bad actor to come in.
Cybersecurity expert Kyle Johnson says organized hackers are persistent and do their homework, like a bank robber casing a bank branch for days on end to learn all the ins and outs so they can find a company's soft spot.
Everybody posts on LinkedIn what their job title is, what they're doing for the company. You can see how many employees the company has. You can see how much profit they're making, so you understand how much money is coming in. So you can get very targeted in these attacks.
He says that can leave crucial infrastructure like a water utility or power grid vulnerable to hackers as well, whether they're looking for a quick payout to release their ransomware or they have a more malicious motive.
You're looking at a lot of the essential services that we live and we may take for granted on a daily basis, that one wrong click of a mouse and it could have some dire consequences. Most organizations, from that standpoint, are probably more prepared to handle some sort of physical disaster than they are a technological disaster.
He says you need to protect yourself at home, too, by keeping your machines up to date, enabling two-factor authentication, and using passphrases instead of passwords.
Use something like your favorite lines from movies, favorite TV, characters or movie characters, book titles, anything like that can help you remember something, but is actually longer, and more complex for, hackers to potentially try to, kind of get after.
He says your family members and colleagues need to understand that what they do in their everyday life, like opening unfamiliar emails or links, can affect the cybersecurity of the family or organization as a whole. Corinne Rose, ABC 21.